Good morning, YouTube family. How in the heck are you guys? I'm bored out of my mind. I'm like gonna lose my mind any day now. I'm so bored. Anyway, I was just drinking grape juice and I just spilled it all over myself. So if you see a stain on my shirt, that's what it's from, and I'm not changing it. No, I'm not. Anywho, today we are going to be using our leftover spaghetti sauce that I made last week, and I told you guys if you have extra, freeze it, and then I'm gonna make Italian dunkers and I'll share that recipe with you. Well, the time has come. So today we are making homemade Italian bread, 2 loaves, and we are gonna just defrost my spaghetti sauce that I had in the freezer, and we're gonna make Italian dunkers. Essentially, it's just garlic bread with cheese on it, and then you use that to dip into your spaghetti sauce. Make a salad with it, or a vegetable, or whatever you want, and there's your dinner. It's something different. Instead of just the same old, meat, potatoes, vegetable, or pasta with a sauce, it's just something different to give you guys a different idea, but still be cheap, because we all know I'm cheap. So I want to bring you guys recipes that are different, but super yummy and super cheap, because right now we all need to be watching our money. I need to clean my house. It's a disaster. Not even going to show you the dishes back there. Nope, definitely not. It is bad. I slacked yesterday. I did a lot of baking and a lot of cooking yesterday, though. I made banana nut muffins because I had bananas going bad. Of course, I had to make the girls like 30 snacks because they ate all their dinner and then they were hungry like 2 hours later. Lord, that's all they are doing is eating. They are eating me out of house and home, and oh Lord. I mean, I saved their chocolate milk from this morning. They didn't finish from breakfast, and put it in the fridge because I'm like, you are not wasting this chocolate milk. You will drink this. I'm sure all of you are bored out of your minds too, as God, it's like Groundhog Day, guys. Like, I'm so over this, but I know it's what we need to be doing. It's just like, I don't know how much longer mentally I can do this. Like, thank goodness I have you guys, because if I didn't have you guys, I don't know. I'd be making videos just for myself to watch. I don't really know. There's not really anything to update you on because I haven't done anything. Oh, well, there is some things to update you on. We do have a lockdown going on now. You are not to leave your house unless you have a doctor's appointment, grocery shopping to do, or you're going to work. So that's scary. I don't know what the stores look like. I don't know if the shelves are still empty. I know a lot of you are commenting on my last video or the video before where I said, let me know what your stores are looking like. And a lot of you are telling me that those shelves are still empty. That is crazy. So let me know in this video too. Comment down below. Let me know if you've been to any of the grocery stores and what yours are looking like, if they're getting any better or if they're about the same, getting worse, because I don't know what to expect tomorrow when I go. I don't know what they're going to be like, so we shall see. But anyway, we are going to make the Italian dunkers today. So I'm going to make homemade Italian bread because I don't have any. I normally keep a loaf or 2 extra down in my freezer, like the $1 Italian bread you get from like Walmart or whatever, but I don't have any. I'm out, so I need to make homemade. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my bread maker. I'm not gonna bake the bread in there. I'm just gonna use it for the dough cycle because I don't have a stand mixer. So if you guys have a stand mixer and you wanna make this bread, use a stand mixer. You don't need to use your bread maker if you have one. So yeah, that's what we're gonna make tonight for dinner. That's something I just wanna help you guys with, giving you a little bit different ideas to make for dinner. That's what I look for on YouTube when I'm having a rut and I'm like, I don't know what to make for dinner. I always go to cooking channels and I look and see what some of the other moms are making because that gives me ideas. And sometimes I don't follow it directly on what they're doing, but I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I can do this or I can do that. So that's what I'm trying to do for you guys, is give you just some different ideas for dinners or lunches or breakfasts and still be frugal about it because I'm cheap and I'm not gonna be making steaks here. No, I'm not. So if you're looking for a steak recipe, you're in the wrong place. But I will be giving you guys really cheap, different ideas to make some really good meals for your family. So if you are interested in that, then hang around and let's make some Italian bread. So, a few things. I decided I'm gonna use my hand mixer because a lot of you may not have bread makers, so I wanna show you that you can do this with a regular old hand mixer. It's super simple. So, we are gonna get started on making our Italian bread. Now, you can do, with this recipe, you can do 2 smaller loaves of Italian bread, or you can just make 1 giant loaf. I think I'm gonna make just 1 giant loaf of Italian bread because we'll eat it all. You know what I mean? If you guys wanna make 2 loaves, you can take 1 and freeze it, or you can make 1 giant loaf, however you guys wanna do it. But it can make 2 medium-sized loaves. So, let's get started, shall we? You can also use, in this recipe, you do not need to use bread flour. You can use all-purpose. I am gonna use my bread flour because I don't have very much left, and I just wanna use this up because it's starting to get a little old. So before I buy any more, I wanna use what I have on hand. So I'm gonna use bread flour, but you guys can use all-purpose or bread, whichever one you'd like. To start, we are going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast to our bowl, or 1 package if you have a package, 2 cups of warm water, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Please don't mind the noise in the background. My children are playing with Play-Doh at their table. Okay, then we're gonna stir that around. Now you're gonna need your flour. I am using bread flour. You guys can use all-purpose or bread flour, doesn't matter. Either or is fine. I just want to finish this up because I don't have very much left. So you're going to add 3 cups of flour and then mix this with your hand mixer. If you have a stand mixer, then by all means use your stand mixer. I do not. I either have this or a bread machine, and I figure I can't be the only one that doesn't have a stand mixer, so we're going to use a hand mixer. So 3 cups of your flour to the mixture, and then we're gonna use our hand mixer and mix it up. All right, so we got that added in. Now, you're going to add your remaining flour, which it says to use about 5 1/2 cups. I'm going to just do 1 cup at a time, just in case you don't need all 5 1/2 cups. You just want to do this until your bread is forming a ball and pulling away from the sides and not sticky anymore. So now you are just going to knead your bread on a lightly floured surface for 5 to 6 minutes, or 6 to 8 minutes, I'm sorry. to work out. All right, now that you're done kneading, you're gonna take your dough, put it in a clean bowl, put some oil in the bowl, take your dough, rub it around, and then flip it, rub it around again, flip it again. And then cover it with a clean kitchen towel, and then we will come back to this in 1 hour. Hopefully my editing is working. I'm doing it on my laptop and I'm using different music. I tried doing this in my last vlog. It didn't work. I don't know why, but the music didn't export with the rest of the video, but I think I knew what I did wrong. So hopefully this works. So hopefully you guys get some cool music and some cool effects in this video. I don't know, we'll see, because I haven't had anything to do but mess around with iMovie, which is my editing software, since we've been on this quarantine. So yeah, hopefully it works for you guys. All right, back to the bread. All right, so we're gonna punch it down. Oh yeah, perfect. And then we're just gonna shape it into our loaf. So we're gonna take it and you're gonna put it on seam side down onto your baking sheet. All right. Seam side down, or 4 shallow knife marks in your bread, like so. Just 4 little lines, not super deep. And then you're gonna take your towel and we're gonna cover it again for just 30 minutes. And while this is rising again for the next 30 minutes, we're gonna preheat our oven to 400. And hopefully it turns out. Fingers crossed. We'll see. It did rise really good the first time, so I have really high hopes for this. And then after we bake it, we of course have to let it cool completely. Now it is only 1 o'clock here. Dinner is not going to be until about 4 or 5. So we'll let it cool for probably at least an hour. And then I'm going to slice it long ways in half, open it up, and we're gonna brush the insides with butter, garlic salt, a little bit of garlic powder, Parmesan cheese, and mozzarella. And then you're gonna put it in your broiler and broil it so that all the cheese melts and turn it into garlic bread. Then you're just gonna heat up your leftover sauce in a saucepan or in the microwave, however you wanna do it. And then we will slice it into like bite-sized pieces of bread, and then you just dip your bread into your sauce, and that is Italian Duckers. Super simple, super yummy. Your kids will have a blast with it, and it's something different. I'm sure we're all tired of the same meals that we have day in and day out, because I know I am. So I'm trying to come up with different things to do, and I've not made these in a very long time. So I know my kids like these. What kid doesn't like bread and spaghetti sauce? You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure my kids will be excited for this meal. And then I have some lettuce left over, some romaine lettuce, so I'm just gonna make a salad and put whatever veggies I have in the fridge, which I don't think is very many. I think I have tomatoes and maybe cucumbers if they're not bad, and carrots. So that'll be our salad. And that's dinner. Super simple, super easy, and super cheap, which is what I'm all about here. All right, I'll be back in 30 minutes and we'll check out how our bread turns out. All right, it has been 30 minutes. Our bread has rose. Now, I'm gonna do an extra step. This doesn't say to do this on the recipe, but I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna take a little bit of olive oil and brush the top. You can use butter if you don't have olive oil, but I have olive oil, so I'm gonna use it. And just brush it lightly, just so it gives it a nice golden brown color. Now you're gonna pop your bread into your 400-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And I'll bring you back whenever it's finished. I'm gonna start it at 20. That way I don't overcook it. You can't go back after you cook it too long. You know what I'm saying? So I checked it at 20 minutes and I didn't like the color. It was way too light for me. It's still looking a little light, so I did cook it for the 25 minutes, but it's actually gotten much darker. Yeah, that looks perfect. How yummy does that look, right? Yeah, that should be perfect. So we are going to let this cool. I'm at least gonna let it cool for about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna slice it in half long ways, and then I'll brush it with the butter and the garlic powder, Parmesan, mozzarella cheese, and then we will broil it. That way it melts all the cheese, and then we'll heat up our sauce and dinner is ready. Simple, easy, fast dinner. So while our bread is cooling, I'm just gonna throw together a super simple salad. Literally very simple. All I have is cucumber and carrots and lettuce. Everything else went bad. About done. Our bread has also been cooling for about 35 minutes. So now we're going to take our bread, slice it in half long ways, and make us some Italian dunkers. Oven on broil and low. You don't want to cook this fast because it will burn. I'm actually going to cut this in half and then, because I don't want it to be too long for my pan. Oh my goodness, look at that. So you're just gonna take your bread and cut it long ways, like so. Now I am gonna make one just regular garlic bread and then the other ones with cheese. Butter your bread. Where do I put on my towels? There it is. However you make your garlic bread normally, you can just make it like that. This is just how I make mine, so I'm just giving you an idea. I use garlic salt. Sprinkle it on all of them. Don't be stingy with it. It's garlic bread. It's supposed to taste like garlic. You know what I'm saying? Then I take Parmesan cheese on all of them. And then the ones that I'm going to put cheese on, you put mozzarella cheese on them. And then I'll leave one just regular garlic bread. Then pop these in your broiler, like so. And just keep an eye on it, because if you're anything like me and you walk away from garlic bread, you burn it. At least I do. And that's it. And then you're just gonna slice that up into pieces, small, thin slices, and put it on a dish, and put a smaller dish in the center, put some your marinara or meat sauce, and then you dip the bread into the sauce, and there's dinner. So I hope you guys give my recipe a try, and if you do, let me know down in the comments below if you liked it, or if you're gonna try it. I would love to know, and I would love to have your thoughts on it. So that is gonna wrap up today's video, guys. I appreciate every last single one of you for hanging out with me. Also, I have a lot of new subscribers. Hello and welcome. Right now, with all this going on, just hang tight with me, guys. And if you don't mind watching these types of videos, if you're interested in them, then I would super greatly appreciate that. And as soon as this is all over with and we can all get back to our normal daily lives, I will bring back dumpster diving to all of you, I promise, because I miss it terribly. But that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And as always, happy diving. And now, happy cooking and happy baking. Bye, guys.